Hello everyone, I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. In the headlines, UWP to take election grievances and incidents in Salisbury to court as the party vows to continue to advocate for reform and fresh elections. WOW engages the Royal Bank of Canada as a consortium of Eastern Caribbean indigenous banks move to acquire the bank's assets. And Dominican Bouillon artists warned infighting only hurts the industry. The details coming up.
Flow is bringing you the best Christmas deals. Unwrap great prepaid deals like the ZTE Blade A3 Lite for $169 with a 7-day always-on prepaid plan and free gift. Amazing postpaid deals start with a Samsung Galaxy A10s for $159 when you sign up for a medium or large postpaid plan with unlimited weekend minutes to talk and talk this holiday. So this Christmas, get the latest phones at the best prices on the fastest network. Because with Flow, Christmas only gets better. Visit discoverflow.co. Terms and conditions apply. Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
There's a reason you get up on a morning. A reason you pick yourself up, start the day. Maybe it's sheer grit. Maybe it's your ethics. Maybe it's because you know people like you are waiting for people just like you. We all have our reasons, and for Republic Bank, that reason is you. Every little thing, every big thing, it's all about making a difference in your life. Because after 182 years, if it's one thing we're sure about, is that the difference is you. We're here to help.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
First up in the news, the United Workers' Party to challenge the results of the December 6 election in court. Andrea Louis has more.
Leader of the opposition United Workers' Party, Lennox Linton, made the announcement during a thank-you meeting in Goodwill on Thursday. Following the preliminary results of the general elections, Mr. Linton addressed the nation via Facebook, saying the UWP will not recognize the results of the elections as the party considers them rigged. He expounded on Thursday night that the UWP will be taking legal action on the issue.
We are going to court with this matter. We have not had much success in the court over the years, but that is neither here nor there. It is a tool that we have that we will continue to use, because our contention is that things went wrong, and those things that have gone wrong must be set right. One of the planks on which we're moving forward is a court challenge, and we're in the process now of assembling the evidence, working with our legal team.
Another matter which Linton hopes to bring before the courts is the incident in Salisbury on the day before general elections.
We will also be looking for justice for the people of Salisbury, as I said. We will have our People's Commission of Inquiry. We'll assemble evidence and we'll find a way to get to the International Court of Justice in The Hague. That is important to us.
The opposition leader says his party will continue to advocate for electoral reform and fresh elections.
Our struggle, our protest action for rights in Dominica must continue. And it's a protest, it's very simple. Electoral reform and fresh elections. 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 That is what we want, and that is what we are going to demand, because that is how we fix our country.
Parliamentary representative-elect for Roseau North constituency is demanding fresh elections within 100 days. Daniel Luge contested the December 6 election on a UWP ticket, going up against former member for Roseau Central Joseph Isaac, who contested Roseau North on the DLP ticket. Luge won the seat 2,134 votes to Isaac's 1,638 votes.
I am calling for fresh elections in 100 days. I have the authority to make that call. I won my seat fair and square. I am legitimate. Hector John, Honorable Lennox Linton, we are legitimate. We have the legal and moral authority to make that call against all the odds.
Last week, leader of the United Workers' Party, Lennox Linton, announced the party will not recognize the results of the 2019 general election, save for the 3 seats won by the UWP, as the party deemed the election to have been stolen. Secretary-Treasurer of the Waterfront and Allied Workers Union, Curtis Augusta, says the Prime Minister's intention to prioritize electoral reform is commendable. The Waterfront and Allied Workers Union was part of the Electoral Reform Committee, which advocated for the cleansing of the voters list and the issuance of voter ID cards from February of this year.
We did not achieve the goals that we set ourselves, but the union was always of the view that we wanted an election that was free and fair and free from any forms of violence. I am pleased to state that the levels of violence were kept to a minimal, and that I was pleased about, because I didn't want Dominica to be labeled or classified as a violent country, especially in and around elections. But there is the saving grace, because we are of the view that whoever won the election, and that was prior to, that they would give as a priority the whole question of electoral reform. So having heard from the Prime Minister that in the first 100 days he's going to address this question of electoral reform, that is in fact a good move on his part.
Augusta says the DLP exceeded his expectations and the focus must now be on the development of the country.
I must say that based on the reports that I received prior to the election, I expected that the Labour Party would have in fact lost some seats. But this did not come to pass, and to the contrary, they gained more. Now, I am stern in my view that people get a government they deserve. And we now have a government, although some persons have indicated that they would not recognize it, I think we have a government that reflected the will of the people, because the people have in fact spoken by their ballots. So I would hope that we would do everything in our power to ensure that we concentrate on the developmental process, that we could advance our country and make it the place where people would want to come to invest and, for that matter, to live. So I am hoping and praying that we will achieve this in the future.
Prior to the December 6 general election, Prime Minister Skerrit made a decision to replace a number of candidates. It appears that the formula worked, as these newer and in many cases younger candidates won their seats.
It is always the responsibility of the leader of whatever party to do an exercise in terms of making a determination as to who are going to be the best candidates to run for his party at an election. And as you said, because I myself was surprised when I realized the number of new faces that were going to be on the card of the Labour Party. And that also contributed to the view that I had based on the reports that the Labour Party would have lost some seats. But to the contrary, they gained. So it was a strategy that seemed to have worked for him, and therefore it puts a certain amount of responsibility and pressure on the new candidates to now deliver, because much is expected of them in that regard, and they must in fact deliver on that. Being new, you would have to get your foot wet in the first place and to know what is happening within the ministry that you are given. So you would have to make yourself au fait with all of the responsibilities that are associated with that particular ministry, and try your best to ensure that you are able to satisfy your constituents in terms of delivery. So I would say that it seemed to have worked for him, because he have increased his numbers from 16 to 18, and it is always expected that once you go into election a second, third, and fourth time, that it is anticipated that you're going to lose some seats. But this didn't happen in this particular instance, and therefore I would have to just conclude that whatever he did seemed to have paid off.
The leader of the opposition, UWP, has said that he will not recognize the new Labour government because the election was stolen. Augustus says successful UWP candidates have an obligation to their constituents.
I would say that if the people have the confidence in you to vote you into office or as a candidate, that you have a responsibility, because they put you there to represent their interests, and their interests can in fact be represented at the level of the parliament. So the question of not attending parliament, to my mind, is a no-no. You would have to be there, you would have to see the papers that are being presented for discussion, and you would have to have a position in terms of representing the interests of your constituents. That cannot be done if you are out of parliament. So I think that such a position should be reviewed in the light of the fact that the people appointed you to do just that. Differences could only be resolved if people meet face-to-face and have discussions on the issue. We may start at different standpoints, and we may find ourselves finding a resolution midstream or better than midstream. So consultation, discussions is, to my mind, the way to go. You could hold your position as strong as you want to articulate it, and keep to your point. But I will maintain that the confidence that have been resided in you by the people of your constituency, that have got to be recognized, that have got to be respected, and you have a responsibility in terms of reporting back to them what you are doing on their behalf.
You're watching Channel 5 News. We'll have more after this.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
When persons with TB sneeze or cough, healthy persons nearby breathe in the droplets and the bacteria can lodge in their lungs. People with weakened immune systems such as HIV/AIDS, alcohol, and drug users, Smokers, children, and the elderly are most susceptible. Persons with a cough should take precautions when in contact with persons in public places. Cover your mouth when sneezing and coughing. Visit your doctor or health center. You must complete your treatment. TB can be cured even with HIV. Be responsible. Help stop the spread of TB and HIV. Protect yourself and others.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better. Flow is bringing you the best Christmas deals. Unwrap great prepaid deals like the ZTE Blade A3 Lite for $169 with a 7-day always-on prepaid plan and free gift. Amazing postpaid deals start with a Samsung Galaxy A10s for $159 when you sign up for a medium or large postpaid plan with unlimited weekend minutes to talk and talk this holiday. So this Christmas, get the latest phones at the best prices on the fastest network. Because with Flow, Christmas only gets better. Visit discoverflow.co. Terms and conditions apply.
Thank you for staying with us. The Waterfront and Allied Workers Union appears not to have been informed in a timely manner about plans by a consortium of indigenous banks in the Eastern Caribbean to acquire the assets of Royal Bank of Canada. The transaction is subject to regulatory approval and other customary closing conditions and is expected to be finalized in the coming months. The 5 financial entities participating in the sale are First National Bank of St. Lucia Limited, Antigua Commercial Bank Limited, National Bank of Dominica, the Bank of Montserrat Limited, and Bank of Nevis Limited. WAU represents employees of Royal Bank of Canada. Curtis Augusta says he only found out about the deal when contacted by a reporter asking for his comments on the acquisition.
Although the representative of the bank did indicate that he wanted to speak to me, there was no indication that it was in relation to that. So I was forced to wait until I got official communication from him. And that was followed up by a letter which indicates that the consortium of indigenous banks were going to purchase the assets of the Royal Bank in the Eastern Caribbean. From the trade union standpoint, what we have to do is to ensure that the provisions of the law relating to succession is recognized and respected. We do not know what is going to be the decision of the new owners, but in the event that they decide that they're going to have a reduced number of staff, then the question of redundancy would come into play, and therefore that would force us to engage them in discussion that will result in the exit of those persons from the bank. Now, we have had some experience in dealing with now the First Caribbean before it was Barclays Bank International. So we will use that experience to engage the new owners in discussions in relation to the staff complement that we represent.
And the Dennery segment artist of St. Lucia is urging Dominica Bouillon artists to stop the infighting in order to push the industry forward. His comments follow a question by media during his visit here earlier this year. Dominica's bouillon music has been receiving greater recognition throughout the region this year, and one way Lashley Moto Winters sees the industry moving forward is if local artists work together.
Unity, man, unity, because I heard there's a lot of fight down here in Dominica, even producers hating, artists hating other artists, you know, so the best and easiest thing is the unity. You know, collab with other international acts. Marshall Montano collab with this one from Dominica. And that's not the only way. I mean, he did do something of bouillon essence, which is family. Yeah. produced by Dada Music. So that's a good thing that, you know, Bouillon music is getting the world-class recognition.
The St. Lucian producer says he would like to play his part to help promote Dominica's Bouillon music.
I mean, I know Dominicans is very patriotic with what they have. I believe like stuff with family or even stuff with me, I've heard like they would say, oh, Boto is not a Bouillon producer or whatever, something like that. You know that Boto is not from Dominica, he can't be a Bouillon producer, and I respect that. I'm not from Dominica, but I love the genre. I believe it has potential. So that's why I'm trying to, you know, do the best I could to bring it on another level. You understand? And yeah, I mean, it's just people talking. Nothing too major, it's just people talking.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
Flow is bringing you the best Christmas deals. Unwrap great prepaid deals like the ZTE Blade A3 Lite for $169 with a 7-day always-on prepaid plan and free gift. Amazing postpaid deals start with a Samsung Galaxy A10s for $159 when you sign up for a medium or large postpaid plan with unlimited weekend minutes to talk and talk this holiday. So this Christmas, get the latest phones at the best prices on the fastest network. Because with Flow, Christmas only gets better. Visit discoverflow.co. Terms and conditions apply. A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
To end the news, a look again at the headlines. The UWP to take election grievances and incidents in Salisbury to court as the party vows to continue to advocate for reform and fresh elections. WOW engages the Royal Bank of Canada as a consortium of Eastern Caribbean indigenous banks move to acquire the bank's assets. And the Dominican Bouillon artists warned infighting only hurts the industry. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You may access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching. Have a good weekend.